Yes, I can hear you. What about you? Is everything okay from your end?
I'm a bit nervous actually. Uh,
No need to
it's
worry.
it's about last minute preparation. I think I couldn't cover all the things
Mhm.
since I've been doing my job at the same time and covering these all. It was a bit tough for me to get all things together.
Right.
But so far it is so good. I'm satisfied, but still I'm a bit nervous.
No worries. That's completely understandable. You have an exam for tomorrow. So it doesn't matter whether you have covered everything or all. It's going to be a simple interview where you'll have to just have a simple conversation with your interviewer. Okay. So
Okay.
this is your second mock with Influencer, right?
Yes.
So let's start.
Yes.
So please tell me something about yourself, including your name, of course.
Yes. This is Shohag Ranjanpal. You can call me Shohag. Um, I'm a judge. Currently, I've been working as an additional district and sessions judge. Right now, I'm posted in Kishoreganj district. It's a small town. My hometown is in Netrokona. It's in the northern side of Bangladesh.
Great.
I'm
Uh, Great. Would you like to say something about your hometown? You mentioned Netropona, right?
yes.
Okay, so
Well,
let's discuss that.
Uh, Netrokona, it's actually there's nothing say too much about Netrokona, but to be very honest, it's a small town. I born and brought up in Netrokona for 15 years, as before I moved into Dhaka for my studies. But I would rather say there is a place just away from Netrokona. It's 15 kilometers away. If you go, you will have some hills and mountains, and you will be able to see tourists are flocking there. And if I talk about the people of Netrokona, they're quite friendly, though
I
even though they just mind their own business.
Great. Would you like to mention the major differences between your hometown and the city that you moved afterwards? I think you mentioned you moved to Dhaka after 15 years. So, what are the major differences between these two areas?
Yes, of course, a lot of differences actually. Since I born and brought up in a small town, then I had to move to Dhaka for my study purpose. Of course, Dhaka city offers versatile opportunities. If I talk about studies for higher education, I had to pursue my study in Notre Dame College. Since I had to get myself into a good reputed college, and I had a science background, so I pursued my studies in Notre Dame College, and after completion of my college, I had to pursue my studies in universities. So, in terms of education sector, I would rather say yes, a lot of differences, a lot of opportunities in cities, and of course, there are some other sectors which cities offer. If I say medical sector
I
and other
understand.
sectors also.
Right. What is the biggest challenge of living in Dhaka for you?
Yes, of course. My biggest challenge to live in Dhaka is actually the adaptation. I had to come alone in Dhaka. I had to stay in hostel and I had to pursue my study without my parents. Yes, of course, they supported me financially, but still then I had to support myself so that I can continue my studies. It was a new environment for me when I came to Dhaka first.
Okay.
And uh,
Okay. So, speaking of financials, what are the major rules that you follow to be financially stable?
could you please repeat this? There is a network issue. I couldn't hear you properly.
Yeah, no worries. So, my question was speaking of financials, what are the major strategies or rules that you follow to keep yourself financially stable in your personal life?
Well, when I was a student, when I left my home for college, then I had to take money from my parents, of course. I was totally dependent on my parents up to my university life. But still, I had some money I could income by some tuitions, and I had some scholarship money also. I used to um, I used to preserve those money so that I can use it in my struggle period. And thus, after I finished my studies, I pursued my career. And since now I am a judge, up since 2008, I have no problem with money right now, and I can easily manage myself and my families also, and I also can support my parents also.
Okay, great. Whom do you love the most in your family? Which family member, which is very close to you?
Well, I love all my family members. It's a tricky question for me. I cannot just separate from everyone from others. However, I am very closest to my elder sister. Actually, there is very limited age gap between us. I share everything, almost everything with her. And if I face any problem, I always take advice from her. And she is very easygoing and approachable, and she is very friendly to share anything. However, lately I have visited her home. Now she is a homemaker, and every now and then we talk over telephones.
Okay. Do you have any close friends that you can think of right now?
Yes, actually I have some close friends. Yes, I can tell about you if you want.
Yeah, sure, please. Any close
Yes.
friends that you consider?
Uh, one of my close friends, he's a barrister. Right now, he's practicing in Supreme Court of Dhaka, of Bangladesh. Actually, we studied together in university. We didn't know before university life. We just became close after we started our university life. In campus, we used to study together in a group, and we used to go here and there everywhere, and we just shared our personal things and whenever we
Okay,
felt any struggle or we used to help each
understood.
other in
No
struggle
worries. So,
period.
perfect. So now we'll move on to segment two. In this segment, you will be given a topic that you can see on the screen right now. You will have to talk about on this particular topic for around a couple of minutes. But before that, I will give you one more minute to design your answers when you will be speaking verbally. Okay, so your 1 minute starts now. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's start.
I cannot hear you.
Yes, so the time is up. You can start speaking now.
Well, can I see the question? It's not in the screen.
Oh, not on the screen anymore? Okay. But
No.
it has been on the screen all of this time, right?
Yes,
You
it was,
this?
but right now it's not.
Okay, okay, let me check. Yeah, can you see the screen now?
Yes, now I can.
Okay, perfect. Let's start.
Well, thank you for letting me to talk about this given topic. Actually, stability is very crucial for everyone's life. It's in terms of personal or in terms of professional life, it's very much required. Uh, if I say about myself, what period of my life it was started, Actually, I would say it's 2008 when I completed my honors and I was studying masters, that is LLM. I was pursuing for my job, and my parents were telling me that frequently that what I would do in future. I answered them that since I studied law, I would pursue a career of becoming a judge. So since then, I targeted to become a judge, and I was taking a huge preparation for that. And finally, I succeeded, and stability came after I got, since when I got my job, then stability came. Earlier then, my life was very much scattered, and I did not maintain any kind of routine in my life. Like I was not sure about when I would get up in the morning or when I would go to bed and what I have to study or apart from all this, I was very much busy with my regular study in my university that I'm talking about. But after getting my job, I was very much stable in terms of my regular routine. I had to there was a pretty positive change in my life. Uh, for example, whenever I get into the service, I wake up early in the morning and I go to the bed very early, and the challenges I face in my job I can easily face now because now that I'm economically independent, and stability of course follows the economic stability also, and that's very much important in someone's life. So I think the economic solvency and at the same time to take the decision independently is also important to become stable in life. So getting being in the service and that I am doing a service which takes a lot of pressure, it takes a rigorous attention in my service. And in terms of temperament, I had to change myself. Earlier than I was a bit very angry person, a young angry person. But whenever I get in service, I had to change my temperament also, since I am to communicate with people, to serve people the most. I so these positive changes have come into my life, and right now my life is so stable in terms of economic independency, in terms of taking decisions independently.
Okay, thank you very much. So now I will ask you some follow-up questions on this same topic. So let's start. So your first question would be, uh, why do many people prefer stability in their lives?
Well, it's quite obvious, I would say, because if life is scattered, there will be no goal. If there is no goal, a person cannot achieve that goal. A person need to make his goals first, then make an action plan to achieve that goal. So, without achieving those goals, a person cannot get the
Right.
stability in life.
Okay. Do young people value stability as much as the older people?
I think older people are a bit more matured and they planned a lot more than the young people nowadays. Young people are mostly dependent on their parents that what they will do in future, how the parents guide them or how the elders guide them. Most of the times they are dependent. On the other hand, older people are already matured and they can take their decision by themselves. They can motivate themselves and they don't need other people to think or move forward. So if I
Right.
compare, older people are more motivated and can take their decisions by themselves.
Okay. Uh, in what ways can a stable job affect a person's lifestyle?
In more ways, there are a lot of ways that a stable job can have impacts on a stable lifestyle. Because firstly, I'd like to talk about economic independency. A job secures a person's life, and whenever he wants to buy anything, he can buy that thing, and he can make some plans, whether he will have some savings or he will spend some. So these sort of plannings help him to make the decisions. And some other thing, since stability follows also in terms of regular routines, and people can make a plan, a routine for him or herself that he or she wants to follow.
Right. Is it possible that too much stability make life boring?
Yes, to some extent, I would agree with that. Too much stability might make life boring because rules sometimes restricts brings restrictions, and too much restrictions sometimes brings like people cannot express oneself, like it's against the freedom and independency. So of course, in terms to that extent, sometimes it becomes boring to fix rules too much.
Okay. Do modern societies offer more stability or more uncertainty?
Could you please repeat the question? Could not get.
Yes. Yeah, sure. The modern societies, do they offer more stability or more instability or uncertainty?
Actually, it goes in both ways. If we can properly utilize the modern technologies, we can more stable our life in terms of like if we can use the smartphones in a positive ways, we can get the benefit out of it. And but if we overuse it, we'll and if we give the more screen time, we will lose our eyesight and it will be very challenging for our mental and physical health. So using the technologies in terms of getting the stability is very much crucial because it's in our hands how we use this technology to become stable.
Okay. My last question for you would be, how does stability affect or influence a person's long-term goals?
Could you please repeat the last part?
Sure. The long-term goals I'm talking about. How much or how can stability impact an individual's long-term objectives or goals?
Yes, stability could affect individuals' long-term goals positively, I would say. Because a person, whenever he runs a business or does a job, he or she has to make some plans like retirement plans, future plans, or savings, and many other things. So, if a person is stable whenever he does a job or whenever he runs a business, it goes all well, then he can make his or her future plan in a planned way so that he can have some savings for future if he or she face some hurdles with some monies or sometimes if it happens that if he or she becomes unemployed anytime. So these sort of plans are very much required. But in a stable life, he or she can make that plans very easily. But if life is not that much stable, future goals are not stable also.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. At the end of the mock test, you can see the feedback and the score over here. So I can see that there is an increase of zero point 0.5 in this mock test, in which we got 7. Okay. These are the feedback. You can go through all the feedback. I'm going to share the link. And if you have any questions, you can always ask. And best of luck for tomorrow's exam. Okay.
Actually, I'd like to talk about the part three. There was so much repetition I could feel, and mostly the questions were also very repetitive regarding stability and goals and other things.
Yeah.
And I was not very divergent in answering. I was not getting enough space. I was feel like I was get stuck in a place, and I was not answering in a lot more ways and my answers was not quite good, I think, since I was very repetitive. I know I
Yeah.
have some lexical resources problems, and
Mhm.
also I have problems some generating my ideas in a broader ways. But I know I have to overcome these issues. Still there is no time left, and
You have, I think you have already overcome a lot of issues, and I think you will do good tomorrow. Okay. So just be confident. and just do whatever you are doing right now, and more natural laughter or smiles, and try
Yes.
to begin your answer with exact specific answers. Then you can add story, or you can bring the other innuendos later on for part 1 and part 3.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, best of
Well,
luck.
so long, thank you. I would update you later about
Sure.
my exam.
Yes, of course you will, and you'll do good. Don't worry. Just be confident. Just stay the way you are. That's it.
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye bye.